All right, let's do it. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Hey, let me tell y'all about that jalapeno ranch club down to the Chick-fil-A. That thing is good to me. Back to the topic at hand. Hey y'all, this is my first video back in a couple of weeks. I haven't filmed in some time. Honestly, I've just been kind of low energy, very tired. I need my hour back, and Mercury got her micro braids in. So yeah, just been, very, very fatigued. And so for that reason, we're going to keep it real low key, real casual, real cutesy today. I just got back from church and Sunday, and I put makeup on literally when I went to church this morning, so that way I would force myself to come home and film. It's been a little bit since I've done a video like this, so bear with me, but I wanted to do a real-time roundup and recap of the fragrances that I have been reaching for lately. A lot of these are some fragrances that you all have known and loved on the channel along with me, and some of these, as per usual, are new, of course, because of who I am as a person. Needless to say, before we get into this weekly roundup, please make sure that you are subscribed and make sure you hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. Duh. After subscribing, turn that post notification bell on and setting it to all so you don't miss when I post a little deal or when I post the next upload. Make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up and hype it up as well, because it's free and it goes such a long way to help support the channel and help us to grow. Last but most certainly not least, never ever ever forget, if you are interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances that we discuss in today's weekly roundup video, to make sure to shop via any available links, discounted links, or discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps support the channel and you go buy it anyway. You know you go buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Before we get into my weekly roundup, I do want to share my scent of the day. No stranger to the channel. Well, this first part of today's scent of the day may be, I actually am in the Brown Sugar Babe first sniff program. I don't know, I just be signing up for stuff. I'll be skimming emails. I'm gonna do better with that. But essentially, I got a sample of one of their newer releases coming with their new launch, their Friendship collection, I want to say it's called. This is Perfection, which is allegedly inspired by Marc Jacobs' Perfect Absolute. This is a really figgy, floral, but also warm, sweet, rich, sexy fragrance. And this, I wouldn't say it's one-to-one. Obviously, I have the travel of this, which if you have been tuned into the channel, you already know that this was a love at first sniff, and definitely my favorite perfect flanker. Whew, girl. A little rusty, y'all, but this oil is really, really nice and I'm enjoying it so far. But of course, I've only really worn it a couple of times. I've tested it on the back of my hand. Today is the first full outside experience with it, but it laid really, really well with Marc Jacobs' Perfect Absolute. No stranger to the channel, like I said. So that is today's scent or combo of the day. Definitely sound up in the comments, let me know your thoughts if you have tried either of these fragrances. Definitely a standout new release for fall and 2025, and love this. Definitely full bottle worthy. Now that we have gotten all of that out of the way, as per usual, when it comes to these weekly roundups, I always start with a clean, emphasis on clean, soap, water, okay, exfoliated, moisturized body before I go in with any fragrance. That is just how I live my life. If that is not what you do over there, I'm judging you a little bit, but that's your business. So do what you want to do. Regardless, let's go ahead and get started with the weekly roundup. Starting off the week strong on Sunday, as per usual. If you're a regular to the channel, you know that me and Mama Tresses are going to the house of the Lord. And on this particular Sunday, I decided to take a spin with this one sent to me from the team at Twisted Lily. This is Mathieu Premier's Radical Rose. If you've been tuned in lately, you'll know that this one is a recent fave, a love at first sniff. And No tester strip needed. Beast mode. Spicy, but jammy, sweet, airy, a little sexy, earthy rose. Oh, it just makes me so happy, and it just makes me feel so grown, classy, fun, but also don't play in my face. You know what I'm saying? Very elevated, very refined, very long lasting, and already, even though this is still relatively new to me, I've had it maybe a month or two, this gets compliments. Already mentioned this as a perfect transitional fragrance for spring, and I am sticking with that. It's been great for cooler weather, but I've also been wearing it, when it's cool 1 minute, rainy, when it's warm, because it has that airiness to it. It's potent, but not obnoxious, at least to my nose. I can't really, say it's offensive to anybody. It might be, but so far I've been receiving compliments on it. So listen, anything with saffron in it is going to get me, and I absolutely love this one. Highly recommend getting your nose on it. Not at all a safe blind buy unless you absolutely love rose and patchouli, saffron. This is a very unisex and maybe somewhat polarizing rose, and mature, but not in a vintage or dated type of way, maybe I'll say. Absolutely love this fragrance and highly recommend getting your nose on it. As I said, probably 10 times already, but again on Sunday for church and throughout the entire day, because that's how long it lasts, I wore Matier Premier's Radical Rose. Now I'll be honest, the retrograde got your girl in a little bit of a mood, so I didn't really wear anything to bed that night. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to Monday. Now on Monday, due to some inclement weather, I actually got to work from home. Thank you, Jesus. So I decided to date a sample that I recently ordered in the mail from one of those free social media ads I be telling y'all about. Hopefully me saying this out into the universe is going to add that to some of y'all algorithm. But literally the brand's pages will have an advertisement and it'll say free sample. You don't have to pay shipping or anything. You just put in your information. As long as it's the official brand page. I don't want y'all just putting y'all information anywhere. But all of that to say, I got a free sample of the new launch from Lancome, the Idol Peach and Roses. If you are an OG, triple OG, you know that I actually love the original Idol. It was a blind buy years and years ago when it launched, I think in like 2019. And I ran through that. That was my signature scent around that time until I ran through the bottle, which will be included in empties eventually. But here's my sample. You can see that it is worn down. I've worn it a few times, but when I wore it this particular day to work from home, it was like a full-fledged wear to really get, a full experience with it. And if you are a fan of peach, the peach is so well done to my nose in this fragrance. It is a ripe, juicy peach. There's also some like juicy red berries. So think like a strawberry, a raspberry. Very succulent, bright, happy, very girly pop, very spring, summer. And that Idol DNA is ever so slightly in the back. The rose is there, but it's definitely more subtle to my nose than the OG. The fruitiness is a bit more present, at least for the initial first couple of hours for wear. Oh, but it still has that, I still feel like I smell like that pear from the OG doll, and that subtle woodiness, muskiness. And I think there might have been some patchouli in the OG as well that really helped it stick to the skin. Listen, me and Idol were very familiar, okay? And this gives me that, but with, a subtle, fruity Well, that also has a fruity spin, but this is a different fruity spin. This one lasted, you know, at least a good 6-7 hours before it came a skin scent to me. Highly recommend getting your nose on it. Absolutely is full bottle worthy. At the time of me filming this video, recently Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, they had every Lancome Idole flanker on sale except this one. So, all of that to say, it's full bottle worthy, but I would have loved to got it on sale. But I'm sure they'll probably have a prestige coupon or maybe even show up on discounters soon. Regardless, yeah, definitely going to be upgrading this sample to at least a travel. At least a travel. Because I already have so much shit. So, at least a travel. But it's full bottle worthy in my opinion, especially for spring and summer. Sound off in the comments if you've added this one to your collection. If you've got your nose on it, let me know your thoughts. So on Tuesday, so work from home, I wore Idole's new Peach and Roses. Lancome Idole's new Peach and Roses. New Lancome Idole Peach and Roses. Ooh, girl, like I told y'all, the retrograde and gave me a little bit of an attitude. I ain't been in the mood, you know what I'm saying? So after my evening shower on Monday night, I didn't wear anything to bed. So moving on to Tuesday. Now on Tuesday, I worked from home as well, but I also drove a friend of mine to and back from a medical procedure. And for that, I decided to wear a fragrance that I just love at first sniff. They started off as a sample from the vampire queen herself, Denise Adore. Y'all go ahead and bum rush her comments. Tell her to come back like she said she was, okay? Okay? But this is a fragrance that I had on my wish list for a long time, and I finally upgraded it in 2025. This is Initio's Musk Therapy. I cleaned off the cap before I showed it to y'all. This is Alexis in a bottle, okay? The most bright, fresh, clean, obviously musky fragrance. It is very citrusy, but it's a very refined citrus. It's not sharp. It's very smooth to my nose. There's also, I believe, some black currant, adding a different type of fruity juiciness to this. There are some florals in this, some sandalwood, and of course, that addictive, robust Initio musk. This lasts all freaking day. You just smell clean, classy, put together. I can wear this in all 4 seasons, and honestly, I low-key started to mention this in my transitional fragrance video, but because I'm going to wear y'all out with this all summer, I decided to give y'all a rest. But I absolutely love this. I just love it. Just makes me feel pretty and clean and fresh all freaking day long. A compliment getter for sure. Not only did this last through my friend's procedure lunch, I also wore this down to the Ulta that day when I was dilly-dallying to pick up a blind buy that I'll tell y'all about in just a second. But this is just beautiful and definitely one I highly recommend getting your nose on. You have to be a Musk fan. And this is just luxury in a bottle. If you got a white dress, white party, if you got a white party, a day party this summer, if you are going on vacation, if you're going on a plane, this is strong, but like not in an offensive way, in my opinion. I don't feel like this will choke people out. Maybe if you know, slather yourself in it, which I can see, you know, I can understand. People might choke a little bit, but they gonna like it. Regardless, this is an absolute 10 out of 10. Would highly recommend. Love at first sniff, as I stated. So on Tuesday, for my friend's medical procedure, as well as a little dilly-dally session, I wore Initio's Musk Therapy. Now on Wednesday, I actually had to attend a funeral service. And the day before, when I went down to the Ulta, I had already blind bought this fragrance. But when I walked in, they had a full display set up for it. So I sniffed the fragrance before I picked up my online order. And let's just say I wasn't mad at what I smelled down to display and scurried on over to the associate so that way I could pick up my online order. I picked up a 50 ml of the new Balmain Destin de Balmain. I don't speak French, but this is the new launch from Balmain. Here is the bottle, and yes, you may notice a bit of a dent. I'm gonna go ahead, spoiler alert, I wore this on Wednesday and Thursday. There's something so classic about this, so nostalgic even, but with a bit of a modern spin, if you ask me. This definitely reminds me of a classic, you know, fruit and patchouli fragrance. That strawberry is perfect. It is perfectly tart and sweet to my nose. And it is juicy. Not at all candied. No, it's not a candy synthetica strawberry. No. This is the most like realistic in the sense of perfume strawberry fragrance to my nose. And that peony, if I'm not mistaken, it almost gives me like a very luscious rosy type of peony. It's very, very pronounced to my nose. Some patchouli, some akigala wood. Let me tell you something. If you are a fan of Barinia, I absolutely think that you will enjoy this. This is a bit more playful than Barinia, while still having, you know, a refinement to it. This is flirty. It's a little sexy. It is addictive. And already this has gotten compliments. And I told you I wore this Wednesday and then I wore it again Thursday. And I've been wearing it multiple times since then. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend this. If you are a fan of, say, the designer fragrances when they used to be good, you know, the Miss Dior, Fruit Chuli, the Mon Paris DNA, definitely, I feel like it's more along the lines of Mon Paris, at least the strawberry portion, the berry portion. But again, having that somewhat modern spin similar to a Barinia. Classic, timeless DNA, but current at the same time. It's a great transitional spring fragrance. I will be taking this into spring. I have already been wearing this out. I'm not spraying this on a tester strip because this is strong, yo. I know there's an airiness to it, if you will, but this is strong. This lasts all freaking day, at least on me, to me, especially on my clothes. I'm able to smell this on my skin and my clothes, matter of fact, all freaking day long. If you have gotten this was selling out. That's another reason why I went ahead and blind bought this, because when I checked out, the 1 ounce was already gone. It's not anything new, but it is well done, well executed, and definitely a price point, respectfully, from these designers, you know, grand scheme of things, the pricing of this, excellent, especially if you can use it with a coupon or get it on a little sale. So yes, on Wednesday I wore this to the church, down to the Perfume, and then on Thursday I actually had to go off site for work to meet up with a vendor, and I wore it again. It is a 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. This is given signature spring, but it's too early to call. Maybe not with this dent. Regardless, highly recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't. And if you have got your nose on it, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Regardless, on Wednesday and Thursday, I wore the new release from Balmain. This is Destin. Still had an attitude, still ain't wearing nothing Thursday night. So moving on to Friday, another work from home day. And I decided to play a real cute, casual, cutesy, comfy, cozy. And I decided to wear my recently upgraded to a full-size bottle. Shout out to the team at Harlem Perfume Co. This is Showgirl. You all already know that this was a love at first sniff, and I'm so grateful that the brand actually upgraded my travel, which, as you could probably tell, is well loved. I've already made some really nice scent memories with this, but it's nice to have a full-size bottle so I can just douse myself at my leisure. Oh, this is just a Your Skin but Better fragrance, but with a little oomph to it, if you ask me. Oh, it is so fizzy and sparkly, bright, happy, citrusy from some mandarin, if I'm not mistaken. There's also something like fresh in addition to the citrus and relaxing at the same time from some lavender. There are some florals in this that just make it really just pretty. It's also got some kick to it, you know what I'm saying? Some spice and some ambery, airy sweetness. It just smells good. You just smell good. I don't know any other way to describe this. This is perfect for a relaxing day at home, but I can also wear this to the office, which I have done. You just smell clean and put together. Also warm, you know, like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just beautiful and you just smell so good. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one. It's a airy, like light fragrance, but still present, if that makes sense. It is not a beast mode fragrance at all. It's very subtle, close to your person, but leaves a fantastic trail. And if you get ready to be nuzzled up, it's perfect for that as well. This is just an easy reach for me, especially when I just want something that I don't have to think about. Definitely recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't. Again, this is Harlem Perfume Co's Showgirl. Rounding off the week with Saturday, I didn't initially have any plans, so I kept it very Your Skin but Better. I started off with, as you can see, is a well-loved fragrance on this channel that was sent to me from the brand. This is Fineries Without a Trace, which is allegedly inspired by Fleur's Missing Person, which I told you all that I purchased before but wound up returning just because, one, it was a little too barely there for me, and then also, respectfully, I think I like this better. And as you can see, she is used and abused, okay? This is a fresh out of the shower, easy breezy, beautiful, pretty girl fragrance, if you ask me. It is neroli, like very green, but also like airy, fresh, and maybe a little woody, musky. It almost smells like a bubble bath, in my opinion. It is an easy reach and just one that I can, again, reach for without thinking about, especially if I'm just going to be lounging around the house. But honestly, I'll use this as like a base fragrance. So I'll spray this all over myself and just have it be like a Your Skin but Better fragrance under whatever else I'm going to be wearing for the day. Another reason this has a ginormous dent. It's one that I can just reach for. In fact, I have a number of fragrances that I'll just spray on fresh out of the shower and just use as a base layer. I can do a video on that if you all are interested. Regardless, this is an affordable gem and just smells pretty and clean. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't. If you're a fan of Missing Person but that price point doesn't work for you, or if you want one that, in my opinion, is better, highly recommend getting your nose on this one. Initially, outside of running to Macy's to pick up a fragrance that one of my mutuals, Demetria, who you probably saw either over on my TikTok or on a recent short lately, inspired me to buy. Outside of that, I initially had no plans. So to start the day off, to go down to the Macy's and to dilly-dally a little bit, I wore Fineries Without a Trace. Now, as I'm leaving down to the Macy's Saturday morning, somebody hit the group chat and said, "Hey, this week has been hell. Y'all want to go get something to eat?" And I don't know about y'all, even when I'm in a funk, if you ask me out to eat, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes every single time. And for that, I decided to reach for a fragrance that just makes me feel beautiful and that makes me feel happy. And that, again, is a signature scent for me. I told you all from the beginning that this one was going to be a go-to for me, and it was. This is Dries Van Noten's Swa Malakay. Yes, every time we're going to have a moment of silence for this bottle. No tester strips. We've talked about this. It's too expensive. Did y'all see my dent though? Oh, this just smells like everything I didn't feel like on Saturday. This retrograde altogether, actually. It is just pretty and pink and beautiful and put together and smooth. This, as you all may remember, because I've been talking you all's ears off about it nonstop, is blackcurrant, really rich, sweet, cocoa, chestnut, vanilla, and there's a literal silk note. It is so silky smooth. That is the literal only way to define this. There are no rough edges in this fragrance. Also very rosy. This just smells like the most lush, plush, velvety, maybe not velvety, maybe silky, I'll say, perfect pink rose, and just makes me feel like a princess. So I decided to wear it to lunch with the girls, and as soon as I got there, I hugged one of my friends. She said, you smell good. Yes. Yes, moan when you smell me, when you hug me. This is one of my absolute favorite fragrances in my collection at the moment, and as you can see, I am still obsessed with and reaching for it. Highly recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't. Don't say nothing about the dent, okay? I don't want to talk about it. So again, because I'm obsessed and can't put this down, I wore Dries Van Noten's Suave Malacate. After a little cocktail, kiki, and carrying on with my girls, I went home and was in a much better mood. Plus, I had to go ahead and open the fragrance that I had purchased earlier that day. This fragrance, I didn't go into the story. I'll probably share more in the haul that I'm going to film, but for the time being, at Macy's, I picked up it's too bright, but this is the new Narciso Rodriguez Pure Musk Blanc for her launch. This, I believe, released somewhere else internationally, probably Europe, and is now available in the States, and at least at the time was exclusive to Macy's, but it wasn't online. It is now, so I'll make sure I have a link down below in the description box. But I picked this up in store because it's good. It's good. Not to mention, I heard that this was giving, similarities to another recent launch that I am not getting ready to go too far out my way to get, that's been sold out, Cedar Chic. So that made me really interested in conjunction with Demetria sharing her review. If you are a fan of aldehydes, you have to be really sparkly, very clean, linen-y, laundry-esque aldehydes. Musk, of course, this is Narciso we're talking about, and a really creamy, sweet, very beautiful white floral. Yes, 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 yes. This is pretty. It is addictive, and it's light, but it is an eau de parfum intense. So this got a little, little strength to it, especially when you first spray it. Very creamy, subtly soapy, powdery, pretty, fresh out of the shower fragrance. I've been wearing this to bed just about every night since I got it. So there is something addictive to it. Maybe that like creamy sweetness, especially as it dries down. And I find this to be just really smooth and light, but again, still present. Definitely recommend getting your nose on this one. If you are like my mutual and in the pharmacy or medical field, if you are in an office where they don't want you to have no fun, if you just enjoy smelling soft, pretty, and clean, put together, and feminine, because this orange blossom is orange blossoming. Very fluffy too. Mmm. Love this one. Definitely recommend getting your nose on this one if you haven't. Again, I'll make sure I have it linked down below. But on Saturday night and just about every night since then, I have been wearing Narciso Rodriguez's new Pure Musk Blanc. Well, folks, we made it through another weekly recap video. Make sure you sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what fragrances were standouts for you throughout your week. And let me know if you've tried any of the fragrances that we discussed today, or if you're interested in trying them. And of course, if you are interested in trying or buying any of the fragrances that we discussed today, to make sure to shop via any available links, discounted links, or applicable discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps me out. After commenting on this video and on your way to watching another video of mine, make sure that you like, hype, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Mama Tresses is calling. Okay, let's focus. Are my under eyes looking real bad? Ooh, yeah, nope. Just go ahead. Let's go ahead and put these back on. Trust me, it's for the best. Comfortable in my skin, beat up above your sins. I love myself, I am cozy.